Sleep without an underwear. Let it breathe. Utilize the cotton. Si polyester. Usisweat usipate to bacteria.
How do you know something is off?
There's usually discharge.
Itching down there.
Yes.
Na kufura.
Penile discharge. Ama ukisusu na wika. Any slight change. Day 1, okay. Day 2, Day 3, if you keep sitting with it, then It's a beautiful day to be a black woman. This is Monday the Great, and today we are having Girl Unfiltered featuring Space Yako, the podcast. We are continuing the conversation about healthy privates. But before we get into that, a little icebreaker.
We listen
and we don't judge.
Yeah, so when I self-diagnosed myself with vaginismus, nilianza kufanya some like squats that I saw on TikTok. Ndio niweze kurelax my like pelvic muscles so that my next encounter ingekuwa smooth.
We listen
and we don't judge.
When I want to pee, I usually hold my muscle thinking that I'm just making up an orgasm in my head.
That I did not understand. Anyway, we listen,
but we don't judge.
I have tried peeing like a guy.
We listen,
but we don't judge.
I used to borrow my sister's underwear. She was seeing some guy who was very romantic, and he would buy her lingerie. That time, the person I was seeing was long distance. So si unajua ile form ya send me something sexy. So I would go into her lingerie drawer, get my shit on and post pictures. Wacha siku moja alinipata. Anyway, we listen, but we don't judge. I used to borrow my sister's underwear, yeah. How do we maintain healthy privates when we are sexually active?
Just using protection and being aware of what is going on and taking tests frequently. That one works for me.
Sleep without an underwear. Let it breathe. I love so like during the day once you're like supposed to be in undies, please utilize the cotton. Si polyester. Usisweat usipate to bacteria, BV, bacteria vaginosis.
I was thinking moisture. When you shower, part dry.
Kwanya?
Si ati sasa una soak, okay. Si ati unaingiza the towel, uko ndani kutowel dry, but like just the area around before you wear your like clothes and everything, to not leave the moisture there, because then if it's like wet or you wear wet panties and risk of fungi. So
most definitely.
If you have a partner, do you share your towels?
You shouldn't share.
Actually, I usually feel like kama nyinyi watu wenye mnapatana once in a while, I feel like ubebe towel yako or disposable towel. Unapatanga hiyo towel umesha wasichana wengi. Na unajua mwanaume si ule mtu mwenye atainama
afua towel
atafua kila kitu asa huyo towel hapo juu ya bafu.
Umetumia watu wengi. You're
not the only partner sometimes.
Nairobi akiondoka
panya ni mingi deadly
sana.
Okay.
So in short, we don't share our towels.
I don't recommend. Kuna this statement inasemangwa that life is like a towel. Kwenye utapanguzia yoyoni ndio utakuja ujipanguzie kwa uso. Like, do you guys see the need ya kutumia like two different towels?
A specific towel for your
yoni.
It would be ideal if you did that. Kuna
kwanga na sometimes like free testing ya cervical cancer. And they're normally like sent in, niko kwa several WhatsApp groups, so they can be sent in posters. Wanawambia like, you guys can avail yourselves on like this particular weekend to this hospital. Kuna like free cervical cancer testing. Watu ambao tuko like within the same age group wata complain about like I'm low on finances, nitakula ama nitaenda kufanya pap smear ama sijui nini. Take advantage of such opportunities.
I was thinking about how the symptoms usually don't manifest until when it's complicated.
How do you know something is off?
There's usually discharge,
itching down there,
na kufura.
but I feel like especially for us, we can tell very fast. The
for ladies,
color of discharge,
the
smell.
consistency.
For men, I don't know, penile discharge, ama ukisusu unawika. But you don't have to wait until like it
gets to that point.
Just any slight change, maybe observe it. Day 1, okay. Day 2, day 3, if you keep sitting with it, then So if you have a partner, meamua, you know what, it's me and you. It helps to like you go get tested.
Do you think a lot of men are willing to go for like a test, because most of them are usually
It's not about
scared.
being willing, it's a necessity.
Kama watu wanataka like clarification to do with the same, you can consult Wazzii, which is our chatbot, at wazzii.ke, and it is confidential, so don't worry about feeling like your business is out there. Very safe space.
Healthy life choices and lifestyles.
Like
People
even
should eat well.
and eat. Don't misuse the food, because I used yogurt on my private, which was not the right way. The nutrients are gotten from the food in the stomach. The probiotics know how to make their way where they're supposed to be. Even when it comes to diets, like eating well, avoiding sugary things.
Suppose you have a yeast infection and you keep eating sugary stuff, it will feed it.
Yeah. And it's refined sugars.
So something like honey is okay.
I can't speak on that. I
Consult
just know.
Consult Wazzii.
Hydrate.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with
You can never
drinking
go
excess
wrong
water.
with
Ni
hydrating.
kususu tu na shida tukaenda washroom bad
There
like.
was a time I did not like water, and then I went for mechi. Saya ku squat. Maji ilitoka yellow. Yellow to
Ammonia.
few months. Since then I was like, I'll be drinking my water, man.
The hydration part, when there's bacteria in your urethra, it flushes it out. Balanced diet. Effects za kukula nyama daily.
Vinye mmesema avoid kukula nyama.
Kula tu balanced diet, kula mboga.
I thought unasema ati mtu asikule nyama every time.
On a protein diet.
Red meat like mfululizo, like it's not generally healthy. Like unaweza kula nyama, yes, but like ata namba preference iwe white meat.
Healthy eating. Less stress.
How do you avoid stress?
Na feel ni kama hatujasema the exercises tunafanya.
Sasa siyo iko under less stress.
So kama
because
yoga.
Because you can't say let's have less stress. It's manage the stress.
Manage.
Because if you sit in the stress now, that's a problem. Exercise,
serotonin,
oxytocin, dopamine, walk in the sun, touch grass,
Touching grass.
Touching grass, at a walk like on the earth.
What does touching grass do?
Touch grass is a term that has been used recently online in the sense of relax.
Oh, it is.
You calm down.
Like
go
touch some grass.
Exactly.
I've had it.
Let me ask, how does open communication ensure these healthy practices, like for people in relationship or just generally for young men and young women?
In most cases, most of the youths are scared to even go to a VCT because those eyes that you're given with these boomers. I usually think that kukuwe na youth-friendly clinics so that you avoid such things.
There are people in some organizations, mostly non-governmental organizations, they take it upon themselves to actually ensure that we are expecting probably an audience ages 18 or maybe younger to maybe 30, maybe we are targeting people from the universities. Wanna ensure that they have trained the service providers okwe watu wenye wanaelewa whatever these young people need, and it should be like judgment free. Like it's a judgment free zone. It's a this person is having sex. So probably what people can do ni maybe just look up wangalie watafute maybe some non-governmental organizations or like some like peer groups or like some health facilities. Some surprisingly hata zimefunguliwa na makanisa, and you'd think that's where the judgment is, but like things are changing.
It's more of the service than the facility, because if we are advocating for youth friendly facilities, we might take a longer time before the establishment and everything. I'm just thinking, how about the services. I just think we need to do so much sensitization around that, because I even think in the long run we young people judge each other than even older people. Okay, it's like it's
true, because like we hold each other to crazy standards.
We have not mentioned this on the previous episode, and I think it should have come in, like strengthening our systems for accountability. For example, how HIV discrimination and stigma is being fought is the establishment of a HIV tribunal, where whether you're HIV positive or not, if someone just speaks about your HIV status, you run to the tribunal, and that is actually an actual case that is taken up. So even for us not having youth-friendly services, how do we strengthen our systems so that we ensure we are holding these healthcare providers accountable when we feel discriminated?
Do those 2 suggestion boxes in such facilities work? Do you people think nikienda hata mimi ndo nilikuwa niseme like naenda niingize hapo ndani, nimepeana feedback yangu genuinely, probably I was discriminated against, lakini itaifunguliwa hadi
they even have the keys.
Anyway, technology.
There is that thing of either misinformation or disinformation. Like information is just put out there for you to just consume. So lazima ni wewe uende verify. The good thing about peer technology is that, say you've already gone to the hospitals and all that, a medical health practitioner akakwambia kweli uko na kisonono, you can use those 2 apps
with prescription.
You upload your prescription actually, then they ship your drugs or your medication to wherever you are.
There's the parental rule. Parents should normalize the conversation.
For me, I'm usually scared to even go to the hospital with my mom, because I know the first thing the doctor will turn to me and be like, are you sexually active? And then that eyes that you are given. Sema!
Whether sexually active, that should be incorporated into the education system.
Exactly.
Whereby we are sexual beings. Why do we overlook that part? Why do we teach our children our private parts are called nini? Like mtu asishike nini yako, dudu. It's your vagina. It's your breast.
But I think this is where we really need grounds to talk about menstruation, even, for crying out loud. If not even sex. If sex is that taboo, then can we talk even about menstruation?
Our parents are not that much aware with everything that's happening.
The child to school and release them.
Haujui ni nini ina happen. You're not given that kid enough space to talk about what's going on and what's happening in their life. You understand?
And you see, even because I can sit and say maybe they're not comfortable doing it, but then the responsibility, if it's not at home, then it's lost. And so if the approach of trying to curb all these challenges is not this holistic way, it's in the schools, in the church, in the household, then still there's a gap for manipulation and even for harassment.
People to come and take advantage of us. Well, that has been our episode on healthy privates and open communication on genital health. This is Girl Unfiltered featuring Space Yako, the podcast. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to comment, subscribe, share, like our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We'll see you again next time, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.